Robin Hood, Legolas, Green Arrow, Hawkeye. What do all these share in common? The fact that they're all men, of course. Well, they also know how to shoot a bow. Pow, it's Max L from Cabal, and I like Hawkeye the most. I even set a fan art of him on my desktop. What is it that I like about him? The fact that among all the superheroes in Marvel Universe, that's a simple, ordinary guy. He's not a god, serums weren't tested on him, and he wasn't exposed to cosmic rays. Also, unlike other superheroes, he might accidentally die on a battlefield from a punch thrown by some hefty mutant monster. According to my description, he seems to be a complete nonentity. But no, after all, there is something remarkable about him. This is superhero shooting accuracy from a scientific point of view. In the movies we're shown that Hawkeye is insanely accurate, can shoot without looking at the target, shoots at great distances, and has just incredible eyesight. Whoa! Sounds cool! Until you see the rest of the team in the movie. Some can fly, others are super strong, and yet others are gods themselves. If you're him, it probably sucks to have only a stick in your hands. And mud. Your stick in the mud. But it's precisely this simplicity that appeals. So I'm wondering, is it possible to shoot and see like that in real life? Or it's all just a scam for suckers? Dr. Barry Fitzgerald, a research fellow at Delft University and a superhero scientist, has devoted whole research to how the eye of a superhero works. As seen from the movie The Avengers was taken as the basis, where the camera zooms in on an enemy so to understand that this is pretty much how his vision works. But that's freaking illegal! Or is already legalized. The human eye is designed in such a way that we see what we see. Wow. That's news. The retina consists of two types of photoreceptors, rods and cones. Rods are responsible for vision at low light, while cones are responsible for color perception. So people have three types of these cones that perceive red, green, and blue. Accordingly, combinations of these colors produce all the colors we eventually see. Doggies, for instance, have only two, so their vision is much more meager than ours. Birds, however, have as many as 4 types responsible for color vision. In addition to what we see, they also see ultraviolet radiation. It's hard for us to even imagine it because in this way, we've never ever seen anything like that whatsoever. Plus, birds of prey, for example, can see so far away that yeah, very far. When you see a hawk flying, do you think it sees everything and it's sublime to it? In fact, it looks right into your eyes. Straight into her soul. Just imagine they have a telescope built into their eye. Very roughly speaking. Also, fovea. It's a small spot in our eye. It's responsible for visual acuity. Thanks to it we can see small objects, but lots of birds have 2 such things in their eyes, which allows them to simultaneously track both close and distant objects. I will demonstrate it. If you look at this word right here, the second word will go fuzzy, but a bird of prey will be able to see both words at once. So what am I getting at? All this theoretically can be attributed to Hawkeye. It's not for nothing that he's called like that, is it? The only problem is that a human simply cannot have the eyesight of a bird just like that. Otherwise, they would have to look like this.
Fuck this. Fuck. Did you see this? Look at this.
How to fix it? Not in the sense of his face, but how to really get such superpowers. As Fitzgerald says, it's possible if previously there's been genetic evolution for at least 1,000 years. We can even find reference to that by reading the comics. Hawkeye's brother, Barney Barton, better known as Trickshot, also has phenomenal eyesight and accuracy. But a more interesting option is DNA mutation. Genetic engineering will help us in that.
Genetic engineering is an exciting new science. You can splice the DNA from some animals and make them better.
You can really edit your DNA, by the way. It's of course not as easy as editing comments. To do it, you need to remove something pointwise and add something. But we don't have some special extra small knife to break in and start shredding our DNA. Do we? CRISPR-Cas9, a revolutionary gene editing technology. It can cut DNA in a certain place so that we can remove something from there or add something there. An article was published in Nature devoted to the fact that in the USA, scientists, thanks to this technology, were able to edit a genome in human embryos and avoid side effects. This technology will help in the future in the treatment of terrible hereditary diseases. But if we want not to remove but to add an ability, then transgenesis will be required. We take a fragment of the DNA of a bird of prey that's responsible for supervision, add it to our DNA, and our offspring theoretically get the ability to see like that. That's the essence of transgenesis. Although not one gene, but 15 may be responsible for bird vision, and you never know the consequences of transferring 5 of them. All the power of the bird of prey is now in my hands. And in general, it's all very complicated and unpredictable. It's unlikely to be possible soon. But if filmmakers want truth, they will either add the ability to see ultraviolet radiation to him, or it's all just doesn't make sense. Hawkeye is a truly unique character because his natural, non-acquired ability is second to none. And still, but what if you already can make your eyesight perfect, or extra perfect, in 1 freaking second? Recall the movie Mission Impossible. The movie features a contact that has face recognition and zoom functions. Is something like that possible in the near future? Also, National Institute of Science and Technology provided a report on their invention. They made a contact that detects glucose levels that will be helpful for those with diabetes. And such a super modern cool lens made of transparent nanomaterials can be safely worn. Tests on rabbits have already been carried out. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. For example, the Canadian company Ocumetics is currently testing its bionic lenses, which are inserted into the eyeball with a harmless operation. Their plan to greatly improve our eyesight at all distances, as well as focusing, will be much faster. Also, this thing consumes much less energy than our natural lens. That means we'll be able to view memes on the internet up close and won't even get a headache. Scientists at the University of California, San Diego, at the Swiss Federal Institute of Technology are doing something similar. Their telescopic lenses will give the ability to zoom in and out on one's command. The person just needs to blink with one eye, and a set number of times to reset back. One will literally be able to zoom in a blink of an eye, just like Hawkeye. And if you're not in the mood of saving the world, you can turn to the dark side and use them for cheating at exams. All these technologies might already be used right now in the military. Not for cheating at exams. That means that in time, all this inevitably will become available to everyone. So as for the Hawkeye's eyesight, piece of cake. Only one puzzle. As I said, eyes of some birds of prey are designed so that they can track 2 objects at the same time. Unfortunately, a human cannot do that. But once again, even this can be fixed with technology. You can find all the scientific materials by following the links in the description. It's complicated down there, but damn interesting. Okay, we got that out of the way. But what about his unique accuracy? In this scene, he launches an arrow at almost half a mile, or 700 meters, and hits right on target. Sick bastard. How did he do that? Now it's gonna be strange, of course, but that's hardly possible. The thing is, even the Guinness World Record for the farthest archery target hit is 330 meters, or 1,083 feet. What's interesting is that a shooting instructor, Jim McQuarrie, ripped Hawkeye featured in the movie to shreds. He compared him to real archers and said that with such a shitty arm position, Hawkeye would never hit a target at such long distances. Well, maybe only accidentally at only God knows what attempt. It boils down to the fact that having super eyesight, he knows exactly where he hits, but for some reason chose a bow as his main weapon, although didn't learn how to shoot. You're such a superhero, why don't you choose a weapon that at least can be dodged? I developed such a theory. He misses for the entire movie, but once accidentally hits, and exactly this clip makes it to the final edit. Shit. Damn it. Hell. Boom! Woohoo! That's what I'm good at. That is, in principle, all this can be done. The guys from Dude Perfect masterfully hit difficult targets with a bow, although they also got a wrong arm position. It's likely they're holding it for the first time to start with. By the way, that world record for the farthest archery target hit that I was talking about belongs to them. So wrong arm position doesn't stop them from setting Guinness World Records, even if it takes an enormous amount of attempts. The only problem is that in a movie there can only be one. Otherwise they're all gonna kick the bucket there. Anyway, Seriously? Finding fault with an incorrect arm position in a movie where a god flies and saves the city from monsters? Really? It's like watching a movie where a mutant throws cars, aliens flying saucers above the city and destroy everything with a laser, and you'll be sitting there and grumbling. Actually, it doesn't seem that realistic to me, because when it hit the gas tank of a car, it exploded. But from physics point of view, it shouldn't have. In our real world, there is a person who could easily substitute Hawkeye in a Hollywood movie, and they wouldn't even need to use computer graphics. His name is Lars Anderson, and he is a Danish archer. He does just something insane. Aims with several arrows at the same time, releases a few arrows in a row in half a second. Well, check it out yourselves. It's called trick shooting. It's when you jump, then slide, bounce off a wall, and then hit someone in their eye or yourself in your knee. But that's exactly what Hawkeye in the movie does. That's exactly what the guys from Dude Perfect do. But on the other hand, Lars Anderson can make an arrow go around the person mid-flight and then hit the target. I doubt there are particularly many attempts there, which means it's just hard training. In any case, one can say that he's already got a superpower in our real world. What's left is just to edit his DNA. Actually, what I'm leading this all to is that Hawkeye has only one superpower, his eyesight. It's truly unmatched, but his bow shooting skills aren't. Especially when you consider the fact that he's been learning how to shoot since the age of 6. Is the Mag Self from Cabal. Bye everyone.